Hi everyone, please subscribe my YouTube channel. My own mother helped my wife and cousin conceal their affair, believing she was shielding me. When the truth surfaced, I exposed them in front of our entire family and cut them out of my life for good. Hey, Reddit I+, here's my story. I'm Jonas Velazquez, 41, an offshore engineer who spent the last 3 years grinding away in the Persian Gulf, constructing oil rigs under scorching sun and suffocating dust storms. I thought every sleepless night and aching muscle was worth it because, back in Spain, my hard work was securing a comfortable life for my wife and mother. Or so I thought. 3 years ago, when my company offered a high-paying contract, triple my salary but requiring long periods abroad, I jumped at the chance. My wife, Sophia, was hesitant at first, but her teary smile and quiet nod convinced me. Go, Jonas, we'll be fine here. Take care of your mom. We'd build the future we always wanted. A 2-story house with a little yard where my mother, Teresa, could grow her roses. Sophia promised to keep my mom company and make our home warm while I was gone. I sent money home every month, enough for the mortgage, bills, groceries, and plenty for Sophia to live well. I told myself that, even from thousands of miles away, my blood and sweat were building something meaningful. I couldn't have been more mistaken. The call came one Tuesday night after a grueling 12-hour shift on the rig. Sophia's number lit up my satellite phone. Her voice, soft, cheerful, distant, was my lifeline. We miss you so much, Jonas. Your mom and I were just talking about you, counting the days. When I told her I'd secured 3 weeks of leave and was coming home, her excitement felt real. I let myself believe it. The flight home dragged on forever, my heart racing with thoughts of home, the smell of mom's cooking, Sophia's embrace, the warmth of being back where I belonged. At first, everything seemed perfect. Sophia greeted me with open arms, her kisses warm and eager. Mom cried, touching my face, saying I looked too thin, overworked. I laughed, hugged them both, and for a moment I thought the distance was behind us. But small cracks started to appear. Sophia came home late often, dressed sharply, claiming she was working late at the boutique. Sometimes she smelled faintly of men's cologne. Mom, usually a worrier, dismissed my concerns, changing the subject whenever I asked where Sophia had been. It felt like they were both acting in a poorly scripted play, and I didn't have the lines. My gut was screaming. One night after Sophia left for work, I looked up the boutique's number online and called. A recording answered, cheerfully stating the shop closed at 6 p.m. sharp. At 1 a.m., Sophia still wasn't home. The next day, I found a receipt in her purse, 2 meals, pricey wine at a downtown restaurant. Doubt consumed me. Was I paranoid from years away, or was my life falling apart? Unable to sleep, I hired a private investigator, an ex-cop named Mateo Ruiz. Within days, he confirmed my worst fears. Sophia wasn't working late. She was meeting someone. The photos he sent shattered me. Sophia laughing in another man's arms, kissing him under a streetlight, sliding into his car with her hand on his chest. But the man wasn't a stranger. It was Diego, my cousin. The same Diego I grew up with, shared holidays with, defended when family called him lazy or unreliable. He had no steady job, always mooching, drifting from one failed venture to another. And now he was in my bed with my wife. As if that wasn't enough, Mateo dug deeper and found out Mom wasn't just aware, she was in on it. Footage from hidden cameras I'd installed years ago sealed it. One clip showed Sophia draped over Diego in the study, sipping my whiskey, while Mom walked in with snacks, smiled, patted Diego's shoulder, and left them alone. Another showed them in the living room, Sophia curled up against Diego while Mom sat nearby, not even pretending to care. The PICE report revealed the rest. Diego had been slipping Mom's small cash payments, hush money, funded by my own salary that Sophia funneled to him. My mother, the woman I'd worked my life to support, had sold me out for pocket change. It wasn't just betrayal, it was devastation. I didn't confront them right away. What good would yelling do? Tears, excuses, lies, it'd be 3 against 1. I wanted the truth exposed, and fate gave me the perfect opportunity. The Velazquez family, my dad's side, was gathering that Sunday for my grandparents' 60th anniversary. Everyone would be there, uncles, aunts, cousins, Diego, Sophia, Mom. The stage was set. That Sunday, my grandparents' villa hummed with joy. Kids ran through the yard, laughter echoed, and tables groaned under plates of paella and roasted lamb. Sophia sparkled in a red dress, charming everyone. Mom floated around, the beloved matriarch. Diego laughed too loudly, playing the life of the party. When the cake came out and everyone gathered for speeches, I stood up. My heart was cold, my voice calm. Before we celebrate my grandparents, I have something to share with the family. I turned on the living room TV and cast my phone's screen. Gasps filled the air. The first video played, Sofia and Diego kissing in my bedroom. Another showed Mom bringing snacks, smiling like nothing was wrong. The silence that followed was heavy. Then came the whispers. My uncle's faces twisted in disgust. My grandmother covered her mouth. My grandfather muttered prayers, shaking his head. Sofia collapsed into a chair, sobbing, claiming it wasn't what it seemed. Diego tried to talk his way out, but no one listened. Mom stood frozen, pale and shaking, her betrayal louder than any words. I spoke once more. For 3 years, I worked myself to the bone so my wife and mother could live well. This is how they repaid me, with lies, with betrayal, with Diego. Then I walked out. By nightfall, the family had shunned Sofia and Diego like outcasts. Mom begged to explain, but no one cared to hear. My grandparents banned Diego from their home. Sofia went to her parents' house, rejected. I filed for divorce the next morning, froze our accounts, changed the locks. For Mom, I couldn't cut her off entirely, but I moved her to a small apartment. I cover her basics, nothing more. Contact is rare. She made her choice and I made mine. The hardest part wasn't losing Sofia or Diego. It was realizing my own mother, who raised me, chose betrayal over loyalty. That wound won't ever fully heal. But walking out of that anniversary party, hearing the murmurs behind me, feeling the cool night air, I knew one thing. I was no longer their fool. It's been 6 months since that day in my grandparents' living room when I exposed the betrayal that tore my life apart. 6 months since I watched my wife, cousin, and mother collapse under the weight of their lies. They couldn't hide anymore. Life hasn't been easy, but it's been clearer. I went back to my offshore job but negotiated shorter shifts, 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. No more vanishing for years. I needed distance, but also a connection to remind me I'm still my own person. The house I built feels different now, quieter, emptier. I stripped it bare, repainted the walls, threw out the sheets, burned the robe Sofia wore when she was with Diego. Some nights I wake up angry, fists tight, hearing their laughter in my mind. But the house doesn't hold that poison anymore. It's mine again. Sofia, the divorce went through quickly. I came armed with footage, proof, Mateo's reports. Sofia's pleas and promises to fix things didn't sway the judge. She fought for alimony, but her lies sank her. She left with almost nothing but her clothes and resentment. She tried staying with her parents, but her father, a traditional Spaniard who despised dishonor, kicked her out within weeks. Word spread fast in our community. Cheating is bad enough, but with your husband's cousin under his mother's watch. Her name became a curse. Sofia bounced between friends' couches, scraping by with retail jobs. I heard she tried going back to the boutique she lied about working at. They didn't want her. Reputation sticks like a shadow. Last I heard, she was renting a room above a bar, splitting it with 2 other women, barely making rent. She texted me once, a long apology filled with "I still love you and please forgive me." I deleted it without replying. Some betrayals cut too deep to mend. Diego, he's been exiled. The family disowned him. My grandfather barred him from gatherings and my uncle stopped lending him money. He claimed Sofia came on to him, but no one bought it. Without Sofia funneling my money to him, Diego's fancy dinners and carefree nights vanished. His debts caught up with collectors at his door. He tried a shady business in Barcelona, got caught, and faced fines he couldn't pay. Rumors say he's hiding out, doing odd construction jobs, looking a decade older than he is. The family he betrayed won't take his calls. He went from smooth-talking charmer to a ghost people avoid. Teresa. My mother's betrayal hurts the most. After the anniversary, I moved her to a small apartment 2 neighborhoods away. I pay her rent and basic bills, but nothing extra, no comforts, no gifts. She calls sometimes, her voice shaky, begging me to visit. I don't. She told me once, "I thought I was protecting you, Jonas. I didn't want you to know. I thought it would blow over." Her words almost sound convincing, almost. But I saw her bringing snacks to Sofia and Diego, smiling in my home. That wasn't protection, it was betrayal. The family treats her differently now, too. They don't say it, but they know she enabled the affair. At gatherings, she's met with cold politeness, no longer the warm figure she was. She's isolated, a shadow of herself. Sometimes I lie awake, torn between anger and pity. She's my mother who raised me, who worked hard when I was young. But she's also the woman who chose lies over her son. I don't know if I'll ever forgive her. As for me, I'm rebuilding. It started small, reconnecting with old friends I'd neglected, embarrassed by how I'd buried myself in work. I took up running, joined a local group, even started sketching again, something I hadn't done since college. One night, my cousin Lucia, who cried the hardest when the truth came out, invited me to dinner with her friends. That's where I met Alina, a language teacher with quiet strength in her eyes. She didn't know my story at first, and it felt freeing to talk to someone who saw me as Jonah's, not the betrayed husband. We're taking things slow, careful. She knows my scars and doesn't try to hide them. She just stays by my side, patient, steady. Sometimes that's all a man needs.